Okay, will this work? Will this work? There we go. There we go. Okay, it seems to be working. Nice, very nice. We got a bit of a hiccup there. Alright, guys. So, I'm covering something that I never thought I would get the chance to. I'm covering a Maddox video. Now, I'm gonna have to explain some internet lore to you guys, okay? You see, long ago, there was a podcast called The Biggest Problem in the Universe. Now, I'm sure you're wondering, wait, isn't there a podcast that Dick Masterson and Vito do right now? Well, that's the second incarnation of the podcast. The original podcast was actually owned by both Maddox and Dick Masterson. Because the biggest problem in the universe is actually it's a naming scheme that he's had for quite a while. You know, he had Maddox when he started. He had a website called the best website in the universe, and it was something that was part of his branding at the time. Point is, him and Dick Masterson were the original members of this podcast. They had a falling out because Dick was dating an ex-girlfriend of Dick was dating an ex of Maddox. Not that he currently hooked up with like someone he was dating at the time. No, he hooked up with an ex at a wedding, and it caused a whole downward spiral. If you want a recent video that kind of went over the whole history of that, I highly suggest watching Shockmount Mitch's video on it because it was pretty good. Pretty good. But someone who was covering the whole situation at the time was a YouTuber that we're all familiar with, Justin WHANG. Because back in the day, when this was all going on, Justin was more of a commentary channel. And he was a big fan of Biggest Problem in the Universe, and he was covering the situation. But this was a few years ago, and we're well past the lawsuit now. And the weird thing is, if you look at his channel, Maddox hasn't uploaded, other than this video, he hasn't uploaded in a year, probably more than a year. And so, like, he's become this big, like, lefty now. He did this podcast with this one chick about, like, Godzilla movies, and it went nowhere. Apparently, the most recent sighting of him before this video was he was in, like, an AEW promo video because he was friends with one of the wrestlers, you know? But now he's come back to the internet. He's crawled his way back from the sewers, and he decides to target, of all people, Justin WHANG. This is probably due to his coverage. By the way, the video he's made on him is 55 minutes long. That's nearly an hour. Nearly an hour of him coping and seething about what Justin WHANG did to him a few years ago. This is hilarious on all accounts. And by the way, sorry that I wasn't able to do a morning stream today. I know initially I had planned something out for that. Wasn't able to do it, unfortunately. But hey, what can you do? I mean, this fell on my lap as soon as I saw Tyrone, of all people, tweet this out. I'm like, what the heck? Because I thought it was like an old video for a second, but nope. It's current. It's new. So let's watch this together, shall we?
Able to remember the names, dates, and times of specific events that occurred over 30 years ago. He even remembers the names of news anchors on channels these events broadcast on, even though he was only a child when these events happened. He's also an incredible jumper who's able to jump on any bandwagon, no matter how small it is.
Oh yeah, like the bandwagon to hate you, for example, right, Maddox? You just joined a bandwagon. It's not like you were being a complete idiot. Are we getting gay? I mean, I don't know. Are we gay? Why are you gay? Why are you gay? But Maddox. Oh, this is hilarious, by the way. This is hilarious.
But unfortunately, there's a dark side to this person. He's addicted to drama. He spreads rumors.
Addicted to drama? Oh no. You know, guys, being addicted to drama is very bad. Very bad. Don't be addicted to drama, okay? That's kind of gay. Like we were talking about earlier.
People he doesn't know with facts he doesn't have.
People he doesn't know, like me.
He does this in a secret bid to silence and deplatform people he doesn't like. For the first time ever.
Yes, Maddox. He was responsible for your deplatforming. It's not because of your own actions, it's because of the actions of Justin Wang. Of course, it all makes sense now. It wasn't Dick Masterson showing how much of a awful human being you were. No, it was Justin Wang. You know what this probably spun out of? Crap. I can't make a video on Dick directly now because the lawsuit's over. But if I go to people who supported him, then I can get back at Dick Masterson. That's probably what he's thinking in his head. Cuz he knows if he tries to like go at Dick Masterson directly, it's going to be a whole mess. This story, by the way, involves Dick and Wang. Dick and Wang. Maddox loves Dick and Wang.
I'm about to expose who this person is and what he's been up to.
He's about to expose him, guys. Expose. Oh my god, what are these comments? Maddox keeps bringing quality content, and honestly, that's why he still stands when the hacks have fallen. When he still stands after a year of not making content. Okay.
In the dark underbelly of the internet. Welcome to a very special Tales from the Internet.
Oh my god, he used Justin Wang's catchphrase against him, guys. Remember, Maddox is original funny man of the internet, who probably is closer to 50. Oh my god. The old man screams into the void, that's what it is.
Welcome to the best show in the universe. I'm Maddox.
You see what I mean? Like, that's his whole branding is like, oh, this is my thing, best thing in the universe. See, guys, cause ha ha ha, ain't it funny? I act like a narcissist, even though I actually am one.
I'm about to tell you a story of a YouTuber named Justin Wang. For those of you who don't know, Justin is a YouTuber, self-proclaimed internet historian, and tragically, a member of a nu metal band. And no, that's not.
Hey, nu metal. You know what? Nu metal gets a lot of hate. Okay, I like nu metal. And you can't tell me otherwise, okay? And you know, if Maggot Edits was here right now, she probably agree with me that nu metal is awesome. At least I'm hoping. Maggot, if you're out there, please agree with me. Please.
Not just a joke, he really is a member of a nu metal band. Nu metal, also known as not metal, is the soundtrack of being grounded for not eating your vegetables. It's all the things.
No, that's pop punk. That's pop punk.
Things you like from rap, and all the things you like from metal, left on the cutting.
By the way, I love how all the things you like from rap, like Lil Wang, who's a wash-up.
Room floor, so all you have left is crap. It's one of the only genres of music where the Wikipedia entry has an entire section dedicated to nu metal bands who insist they're not nu metal, including Linkin Park, Limp Bizkit, and Stain.
All bands, by the way, that are actually pretty decent. Yeah, like all these nu metal bands that say they're not nu metal suck. Like, oh my god.
In an Artist Direct interview, the vocalist for Stain said, "If we get called a nu metal band one more time, I don't even know what I'm gonna do." Stain's Wikipedia page calls them a nu metal band. Even the bassist of Rage Against the Machine publicly apologized for Limp Bizkit, saying, "I feel really bad that we inspired such bullshit." And Dave Mustaine of Megadeth said in an interview that he'd rather have his eyelids pulled out than listen to nu metal. But despite the genre being dead since 2009, Justin's nu metal band still inexplicably exists.
Yeah, it's almost like, you know, there's still an underground scene for metal. Ain't that crazy how, like, even though, like, a music genre is not popular, it still has listeners. It's almost like, it's like its own niche community that, can exist without being mainstream. So odd, right? So odd. Okay. I'm going to state this now. The Jinx band, objectively good. Objectively good. You can't say otherwise. That's why I opened I opened up the previous stream before some buggery happened. Lovely glitches. I love streaming happened. But yeah, Jinx is an actually good band. I would say you should check them out. Did you hear about Hydra? We're not talking about Hydra. We're talking about Wang and Dick, okay? Mr. Gamer. If you want to talk about that, save it for another time.
The band is called Jinx, and no, that's not named after the blackface Pokemon or the children's game.
Jinx, you owe me a soda.
In an interview with the lead singer of Justin's band, the inspiration for the name came from his interest in witchcraft, and because he thinks that he has bad luck. Wow, that's pretty metal, I guess, because...
I mean, it goes with their aesthetic, yeah. Guess what? A dark metal band, has their origins in some dark macabre subjects. Oh my god. I wonder why Cannibal Corpse named their band Cannibal Corpse. Jesus Christ, Maddox.
Because when I think of metal, I think of teenage girls casting spells on each other.
You're a witch!
Yes, a band composed of a bunch of guys in their 30s took the concept of a jinx pretty
Maddox, you're in your 40s. You have no room to talk.
seriously. This was literally the plot of an episode of How I Met Your Mother.
Jinx!
Kids, you may be wondering why 5 adults in their 30s would take a jinx so seriously.
Good question. They called themselves nu metal with a New York attitude and cite Limp Bizkit as one of their inspirations. At one point, Justin made a video spitting some hard truth about why your friends support more popular bands and not yours, saying something I actually agree with, that you should earn your fans.
Personally, when my band plays, I don't want them to come out to a show unless they're actually into the music. You gotta keep fucking working on it and not putting so much pressure on them to support you.
But because Justin is a giant hypocrite, he also says things like this.
Come see me on fucking tour, you fucking assholes.
He can simultaneously be like, what he means by that is he's not he doesn't make videos on his main channel directly about his band necessarily. He does on his Justin Wang Uncut channel. He had the shorts where he did the rock covers, right? Or was that on the main channel? Either way, I would say Justin keeps the promotion of his band. I'm fine with the promotion of his band on his channel because he does it where he promotes it in the end cards of his videos. He'll usually play whatever their latest single is. And you know what? That's how I got interested in Jinx's music. And then I found the other stuff they did throughout that. And guess what? If people aren't interested in his band's music, they don't have to they don't have to listen to it at the end of the card. They can just click off the video or continue on with another video.
You've been jinxed! Now, as much fun as it is to clown on bad music, the reason I'm mentioning it is because Justin has something else in common with shitty derivative rap rock, and that's shitty derivative YouTube channels. Justin is better known for his YouTube series called Tales from the Internet, where he chronicles famous people and events like he's some sort of historian of the internet, or internet historian.
Oh my god, are you telling me there are people on YouTube that do similar types of content? Which, by the way, what internet historian covers is Reddit, like convention stuff, right? Where it's a major Rainforest, for example. He covered that because it was a big thing on Tumblr and Reddit. and it was an IRL event, or like the new the Area 51 raid, you know? Justin talks about 20-year-old like web forum stuff and, you know, like weird Reddit stories. That's not what Internet Historian covers. If he wanted to like make comparisons, a better person would have been shoot, why is the name escaping me now? Crap. I know. Never mind. Okay. I'll make the comparison later. But there's another YouTuber that's closer to what Justin Wang does. That's a better comparison, and it's not Internet Historian.
if you will.
Wavy Web Surf, that's it. Yeah, if he wanted to make a comparison, the better comparison would have been Wavy Web Surf. Like I don't understand.
Despite the fact that other channels were already doing the same thing.
Oh my god, are you again with the same? Okay, there's a little Wavy Web Surf right there. But oh my, are you telling me that there's like a whole community of people who do the similar stuff? Like I don't get the point in that. Like for example, oh my god, I'm a commentary channel. Did you know that there are other commentary channels out on YouTube? Oh my god. Did you know Markiplier is a gameplay channel? Did you know that there are other gameplay channels on YouTube? Oh my god. Did you know that there are internet reviewers who review movies?
But more on that later. He first launched his channel by doing a series of Let's Play videos that failed to get any traction because they were indistinguishable from the many other Let's Play videos out there, save for the fact that he occasionally drinks with his pinky out. And when people weren't interested in watching him play video games in his depressingly dark room,
It's kind of boring.
he resorted to the lazy comedic device that's a last resort for every hack comedian and YouTuber when they don't have a personality: getting drunk. While it can sometimes work, it only works when the underlying person or material is funny, not because of the alcohol, but usually in spite of it. But unfortunately, Justin isn't funny. His comedic shtick is comprised of 1-second callbacks where he points out something he just said.
But what it actually refers to is groping. I like how I put my hands to the camera when I said groping.
And this
he's just like, yeah, you know those old cringe videos that Justin Wang used to do? Well, they're old and cringe. Riveting critiques, Maddox. Riveting critiques.
really bad impression of Trump, I guess. I don't even know who he's parodying.
Emails, Aleppo. What the hell is Aleppo anyway? I thought this was America. We don't speak no Italian here.
And to make
Man,
things
he
worse,
must have really like dug through Justin's old content to make fun of him here, because I ain't never seen that video. And I've watched a lot of Justin's older content.
his videos are punctuated with a lack of polish that simultaneously comes across as lazy and contemptuous of his audience. For example, he forgot to set his phone to silent while recording, got a text message, and then decided to keep these takes. And this has happened multiple times.
PewDiePie, I'm not fucking Sam Hyde, I'm fucking nobody. Oh, I forgot to turn my phone off again.
Oh my god, yeah, this older video where he's less professional. Did you know this older video from his channel, did you know it's somewhat unprofessional? Like, if you look at what anyone did on their channel, like the first year or two, heck, maybe even 3 years of their content, it's not professional. Because, like, obviously you improve over time. So, it's just... like, oh my god, how come this camera... Like, you look at a video from like 10 years ago, how come this camera's not 4K at 60 frames per second?
But yeah, I'm just white supremacist Nazi. I guess I should have turned my fucking phone off again. I'm a fucking popular guy. You know,
Awesome. And then there is this video where he constantly cracks himself up while mispronouncing Spanish words, but he decided to include this nauseating take where he starts wheezing and coughing on camera. I've sped up some of the laughing to make it slightly less unbearable.
¿Puedes hablar conmigo?
Then after this train
Oh my god, someone enjoying themselves on camera? Maddox can't imagine that. Like, what the... Alright, my dude.
of a video, he thought it was such a good idea that he decided to make it a regular series.
I feel like this is going to be a recurring series, so...
By the way, recurring series in the sense that this is older content, by the way. Surprisingly, if you look on the Just WHANG YouTube channel now, this series it's not a thing, surprisingly enough, you know? It's almost like it was older content, and Justin decided to stop doing it. Like, what's the idea here, Maddox? We know the real reason why you're bitter. Why not just get into it already, you know?
If you guys have any words that you want to hear me pronounce in any fucking language that isn't English, by all means, let me know.
Yeah, I've got one for you, Justin. Try aburrido. Eres aburrido. Suffice it to say that these videos didn't take off. Nothing seemed to be working on Justin's channel, so what do you do when you're not funny, not interesting, and not original enough for people to care about who you are? You talk about someone who is. So Justin jumped on the drama bandwagon. From Pro Jared to James Charles to Adam Saleh to H3H3 and PewDiePie, there isn't a bandwagon too big or too small for Justin to jump on. He even made a video series where he went after content creators and comedians for allegedly stealing jokes and memes, like he was some sort of content cop. If that sounds familiar, that's because there's already a popular web series by iDubbbz called Content Cop, which is...
Oh my god, it's almost like it was an inspiration. You know inspirations, right, Maddox? It's where you're inspired to do something. And at first, you're copying the inspiration, but eventually you find your own groove.
Which is a more nuanced, clever, and tongue-in-cheek series than Justin's shitty imitation. But that's not where the similarities end, because Justin even shamelessly called his video Meme Police. Ah yes, let's look up a synonym.
It's almost like Justin was inspired to make that the thing. Like, oh, this is just so petty, man. This is just so petty. Like this. I was like 4 minutes into this video. I'm like, you know what? I might as well just like watch the rest of this like on stream, because the little petty gymnastic jabs that he tries to go at Justin with. Actually, I'm wondering if Justin's even commented on this yet. I have Justin muted on Twitter, not because I don't like him, but because sometimes he retweets inappropriate stuff, and it's awkward to explain that on my timeline. No, he has not tweeted about it yet. I hope Justin like talks about it like on stream or like on his second channel. That would be hilarious to see.
Synonym for the word cop, and nobody will notice. Good job, Justin. I think it worked. Except even this seems lifted straight from iDubbbz's video, because he literally has a content police sketch. Oops. This is some high school level plagiarism where you just change a few words. One of his first meme police videos was about comedian Rob Schneider and how he allegedly stole a joke from a meme.
If it does sound kind of familiar, it's because he stole that fucking joke from a meme that was being shared around at least 3 days before he tweeted that.
Justin doesn't provide any evidence that he stole the joke. His only argument is that he saw a similar meme posted earlier. So he concluded that Rob Schneider must have seen the same meme that Justin saw and therefore stole the joke. How likely is it to have happened? Well, it's hard to tell because the original tweet was deleted. But since the possibility exists, that was apparently good enough for Justin to accuse Schneider of joke theft.
People have this idea that just because they saw a joke inside of a picture as a caption, that it's suddenly free reign for them to steal it and passes it off as their own. For him to do this hack bullshit, he needs to be called the
I mean, is it a dumb video? Yes, it is. But I don't know how to respond to that. It's just he's just calling out Rob Schneider for stealing a meme instead of like Rob Schneider like making his own joke, you know? That I mean, that's it. That's all it is.
fuck out.
Justin doesn't give Schneider the benefit of doubt or consider the possibility that two people could have come up with the exact same joke independently. In fact, he feels so strongly about content theft that he's harped on about it.
To Justin's credit, if you see a meme and then a few days later a comedian makes the same joke that was from the meme, the comedian probably saw the meme and, you know, was just repeating the joke.
In several videos.
Content theft is fucking horseshit. There's just something about, you know, actual content theft that just triggers the fuck out of me. The point is, I fucking can't stand content theft.
So it came as a surprise when I saw this tweet of Justin's not too long ago. It had over 6,000 retweets and 42,000 likes. That's a legitimately viral tweet. Good job, Justin. Except Justin didn't come up with that joke. And the reason I know is because it's actually funny. This joke was written in 2014 by a guy named Jay Branscombe, and it was very popular with over 43,000 shares and...
Oh my god, are you saying Justin WHANG, the guy who covers memes, referenced a meme on his Twitter account? What? Maddox, you crazy. This is
and
groundbreaking
17,000
stuff
likes
right
on
here.
Facebook alone. So if the pre-existence of a much less popular meme was enough for Justin to conclude that Rob Schneider was a joke thief, then judging by his own criteria, we have to conclude that Justin must have stolen this joke. But still, you might be thinking, well, maybe he didn't see it. Maybe we should give him the benefit of doubt, even though he didn't extend that same courtesy to Rob Schneider. So how likely was it that Justin saw this joke somewhere else before he posted it?
Again, oh my god.
Well, it's hard to say, but there was this article about it in the Huffington Post. Now, I know what you're thinking. Nobody reads the Huffington Post, especially not a hard rock and nu metal boy like Justin. But then there was also this article about it in USA Today. Well, sure, maybe Justin didn't see that article either. But then there was this one from Business Insider. And this...
Oh my god, guys. You see a popular meme spread around, and a couple years later, Justin referenced the meme. Also, too, I think that was also... I could be wrong here, but I think that was also a reference to another thing he covered, because he covered this Reddit story where like a dentist went to Africa and he like hunted a tiger. I'm sorry, not a tiger, a lion. And I think like the whole controversy around that was like people boycotting his business. So it's like he's literally like he's just referencing like two memes right there. He's killing two memes with one stone. So it's almost like Wang's a meme guy.
This one from Hollywood Reporter, and this one from The Guardian, and The LA Times, and The New York Daily News, and Fox 8, and AV Club, and E, and National Post, and WGN, and Daily Mail, and Fox 6, and BuzzFeed, and Express.co.uk, and The Hindu Times, Thought Catalog, ABC 10, The Independent, CTV News, Psychology Today. There have been over 50 articles written about this one joke alone. In fact, it was so popular that it was even covered on a number of news programs.
Steven Spielberg is at the center of a viral photo controversy after an internet humorist posted this photo of the director.
An internet humorist, as they are called online. Like, okay, Maddox, good job. You showed how the Out of Touch Media Corporation reacted to a meme. Okay, I'm good job, Maddox. You won. You won against Justin WHANG.
To Facebook.
So it's just surprising that someone like Justin, in all his years on the internet as an internet historian, somehow missed all these people sharing this original meme and this news program, or any of the more than 50 articles. But what makes it especially difficult to give someone like Justin the benefit of doubt is that he's positioned himself as some kind of meme smith.
Who I consider myself a bit of a meme smith.
In fact, he was interviewed about the history of memes on one of the most authoritative websites when it comes to memes, and even KnowYourMeme.com literally has an archive of this exact meme. Oops.
Oh my god, Justin WHANG, a reference to meme. Like, what it... I know your point is like, oh guys, he's clearly a joke thief. But this is... Maddox is already giving me such a headache from this already. Such a headache. Jesus.
When it comes to accusing others of stealing jokes, he has an encyclopedic memory of memes. But when it comes to his own joke theft, his memory gets a little foggy.
It's always the most sanctimonious people who are the ones who are guilty of the thing that they claim to be so against.
And what's especially egregious about Justin's hypocrisy is that he has the audacity to complain about how unfair it is when a bigger person steals a smaller person's work.
The idea that, especially like when you're not that big and you're trying to grow, that someone who is much larger than you can take your fucking work and really, without fucking consequence, you'll be forgotten about.
This is Justin's Twitter following, and this is Jay Branscom's. In another Meme Police video, a video series that's totally original and not a ripoff, Justin...
Did Justin ever tout and say that Meme Police told... like, did Justin say that Meme Police was 100% a original property? I doubt he did. He probably mentioned it. He probably mentioned it in like one of the videos that it was inspired by Content Cop or something like that. I guarantee you, Maddox is probably cutting out a lot of context because, as we've seen, like I don't know how many of you guys have seen the whole process that went through during the whole the lawsuit incident with Dick Masterson, but Maddox is an incredibly dishonest person. So he probably is cutting a lot of context out of WHANG's videos here.
Justin harps on a guy named Liam Deneen for posting memes to promote himself, and he complains because he doesn't know who he is. Justin also criticized this guy for allegedly stealing content, posting granny memes, and using these memes on his Instagram page to grow his fan base.
But first I go to this Instagram page, and the Instagram page is just the same fucking memes that are on his Facebook page. He's just some dude that's become wildly popular for posting really bad fucking memes.
So it came as a surprise when I looked at Justin's Instagram page and saw hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of memes that Justin has posted without credit or attribution. Now, I get it, it's sometimes...
Okay, this whole like without credit thing. If a meme's popular, do you need to credit where you've got the meme from? Okay, does every meme you get have to have that iFunny watermark to it so that way everyone knows where you got the meme from? No. If people know what a meme is, they've already seen what the meme, okay? I doubt Justin is like doing groundbreaking, fresh new memes. I highly doubt that, Jesus.
Sometimes very difficult, if not impossible, to track down the source of every meme you see, let alone share on the internet. I try my best, but I'm sure there's stuff I've missed. Justin, however, is the self-appointed meme police, and he keeps harping on and on about how much he hates content theft. So it comes as a surprise that he calls out so many other people while seemingly doing the exact same thing. Even Liam Deneen posts sources and credits on some of his memes, but not Justin. He rarely credits any of his memes on his Instagram account. Among the thousands he's posted, he doesn't even credit ones that are easy to find. Then he has the audacity to criticize people for posting granny memes while posting memes like this, and this, and this, which is literally a granny meme. But Justin's hypocrisy doesn't end there because he also criticizes people for posting jokes that are too similar to ones they already posted.
You ever have that corny friend that like they'll try to make jokes all the fucking time and nobody laughs except for maybe one time a fucking year they say something actually funny, everyone laughs, and then they try to capitalize on it. They can't like let it die. They gotta make another version of the same fucking joke.
But there are dozens of examples of him posting the same joke repeatedly on his Instagram account. Sometimes he posts the exact same one with slight variations over and over and over again. In fact, sometimes he even posts the exact same meme twice, just a few months apart. Of course, both times without credit.
Well, I consider myself a bit of a meme smith.
Look, I get it, memes are ubiquitous and almost everyone posts them from time to time, myself included. It's hard to track down every single meme, and I'm sure I've posted a few without proper attribution, but I do my best and I post credits whenever I can.
This is gay. Does every meme I post have to have like the watermark of like, by the way, so and so made this? Now like, it's a different story if like, for example, like you're posting art and you're touting the art as your own, then yeah, you need to give proper credit in that instance, right? But if you're just like, hey, look at this cool art, or hey, look at this cool meme, why do I need to shout or like cite my work? This is not college. This is not high school. I don't need to cite my sources. So dumb. So agonizingly dumb.
But it's a different story when you harangue other people for doing it when you're doing the exact same thing. In recent years, some big Instagram accounts have been accused of plagiarism for using memes to grow their audiences without giving credit to the creators. Justin's done the same thing. He's not just some kid sharing memes on the internet. He's amassed over 75,000 followers on Instagram.
Those 75,000 followers were probably from his YouTube videos, by the way. I know it's crazy, but like the guy who has like 1 million subs on YouTube, he might have a semi-decent following on his other social media accounts because of the 1 million subs he has on his main platform. Crazy thought, right? You know, it's like you know, like if a Twitch channel has 100,000 followers, their Twitter account might have 10K followers. Isn't that a crazy thought?
Instagram alone without giving many of these creators proper credit. Now you might be thinking, but Maddox, they're just memes, so what? And you're right, it wouldn't matter so much except he's promoting his brand and merchandise alongside these memes. So
oh my god, are you telling me that like the the guy who like posts like funny stuff that he sees on his Instagram, he also uses it to promote his YouTube and merch stuff? What? That's crazy. What? It's almost like, you know, like it's his account and he's allowed to do what he wants with it. Crazy, am I right? Like, what's the point here? Cause guess what, guys? Did you know that occasionally I post memes on my Twitter account? And occasionally I even share out links to streams or videos I've made? I know, sounds like a weird concept, but trust me, I've done it.
So he's making money using other people's content. You would think that someone who deputized himself as the meme police and is doing...
Aren't you making money on this video by using Justin's content, Maddox? Well, I mean, what little money you'll get from this. I imagine like this is like his like way of trying to get back into the game by attacking anyone who's ever slighted him in the past. Wouldn't it be funny if like the next video he does is like on Vito? Speaking of, I did see Vito was commenting on this stuff. I want to see if Vito said anything else, because I did see like one tweet where he was like, he's super pathetic. Yeah, let's see. Oh no, he seems to be mostly commenting on the Eric July stuff that's happening right now, which I don't blame him for. I've been thinking about covering that Eric July stuff. That's pretty entertaining. But for now, we're going over this.
Interviews on meme websites would hold himself to a higher standard. I wonder if he's ever said anything about people who grandstand and act morally superior while doing the exact same thing.
You don't get to grandstand, act like you're morally superior to someone, meanwhile you're basically doing the same fucking thing that they did.
On September 10th, 2017, Justin finally made his first relatively successful video, and it was successful because it had nothing to do with him. It was about some supposed drama between H3H3 and Sam Hyde. It was, in his own words, the most growth he'd seen on his own channel in a single month.
That shit was amazing for my channel. This is probably the most growth I've ever had in a single fucking month.
But the problem with drama is...
Again, he's taking old videos. Because, like, guess what, guys? If we look at Justin Wang's channel now, Justin Wang... Oh, look at that. Justin Wang, 1.21 million subscribers. Okay, guess what? And if we go to most popular, oh my god, okay, we got a video from 5 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 5 years ago, all in the millions of views. Now, if we, let's see, millions of views. If we go down, eventually we'll reach it. Eventually we will. Look how much scrolling I have to do. Where is it? Probably past it. Look how many videos from the most popular tab we have to reach in order to get to the video from 5 years ago, by the way, in question. like, like, what is the point here, Maddox? Oh my God! When they were still experimenting with his YouTube channel, did you know he got popular off one video?
Is that once you get a taste of that sweet drama juice, it becomes addictive. You either have to keep finding drama or making it to feed the content beast. As soon as someone draws a little blood, all the rats come out, and it's fucking disgusting. Because
You sound a bit bitter there, Maddox. Are you talking about any particular situation that you might have created for yourself? You sound very, very bitter.
all these fucking people are grasping at straws.
Did you hear the bitterness from that?
You either have to keep finding drama or making it to feed the content beast. As soon as someone draws a little blood, all the rats come out, and it's fucking disgusting because all these fucking people are grasping at straws. But don't take my word for it. Those are literally Justin's words.
As soon as someone draws a little bit of blood, all the rats come out. We all need that sweet drama juice to drive our channels. I could see why the drama juice is so fucking addictive, but it's fucking disgusting. It's fucking disgusting because all these fucking people now, they're grasping at straws.
You're talking about yourself. You're talking about yourself, you astounding hypocrite.
By the way, Justin WHANG hasn't done drama content on his main channel anyway. He hasn't done drama content in what looks like 4 years. Justin, in that meantime, has reached 1 million subs, has a whole entire fan base that isn't really looking for drama. Now, I guess you can stretch it and say that, like, what he talks about is technically like Reddit drama by like the weakest technicality, but it's far removed from like commentary, I would say, than like what we would call like drama content. Justin is literally just talking about like what happened on 4chan like 10 years ago.
He even said it again in another video in a moment of mind-numbing lack of self-awareness.
Now you're starved for content. You got a big growing fan base and you're chasing those fucking likes. You need to feed the content beast. That's fucking sick.
Now remember that clip because I'll be referencing it later. Once he exploited the drama for all it was worth, he turned his attention to Tales from the Internet, a series where he delves into popular events and people online. So another series where it's popular not because of him, but in spite of him. One of his most popular videos is about the Max Headroom incident from the 80s, where someone jammed a signal of a TV broadcast in Chicago. That much is fairly common knowledge. But what isn't common knowledge is all the detail Justin goes into. He cites specific names,
Chuck Swirsky, John McDougal, Captain Midnight,
dates,
October of 2015, 2010,
call letters,
WGN TV, WTTW TV,
an ad campaign,
the new Coke.
Catch the wave. Coke.
and even seemed to recognize the theme song to an old cartoon from the late 1950s.
Note that the song he's singing here is the theme song from an old cartoon called Clutch Cargo.
Clutch cargo.
The only thing
By the way, guess what? You know how he knows like what's going on with that situation, or like referencing stuff that that's going on right now? It's because Justin did this weird thing called research. That's how he knows about. I just can't.
Justin doesn't cite are sources, at least for the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds of the video. While Justin does use news clips at the start of his video, those clips are over 30 years old. So the only way he could have known that those clips existed was if he read someone else's research. Well, you might be thinking that maybe Justin might have just known this information from memory. Except this incident occurred in 1987, and according to this website, Justin was born in 1984, which means that he was just 3 years old when it happened. So that
So what you're saying is, in research of this topic, he was able to find the clips in question. Which, by the way, he probably found them from, like, maybe YouTube, probably Reddit, or like some offshore sites. I don't know. I'm not Justin WHANG. I didn't do the research for the video. But that's probably what he did. He probably went through like some old like Reddit forum post or something to like find the videos that he needed to talk about the Max Headroom incident. Like, this is not a win for you, Maddox. You're just like, it's like if he criticized Bo Black's. Okay, let's say Bo Black's played a game from the 90s and he starts stating facts about the game. And he's like, well, how did Bo Blacks know about this game from the early 90s? He wasn't born till the late 90s. So he must have stolen this information from somewhere else.
That means either Justin was able to remember all those names, dates, and times 30 years later to make a video about it, or that he's a plagiarist. Plagiarism is when you present someone else's work.
Did he like did Justin cite the 30-year-old news broadcast as his own news broadcast? No, he didn't. Not at all. What? Ay.
Ideas or research as your own. According to Evidence Explained, this includes changing a few words, changing the sentence structure, or using synonyms, like he did with meme police. Most of Justin's video is full of research that he didn't come up with. Now you might be thinking that some of these are basic facts, and they are. For instance, we know that an incident occurred, but most people wouldn't be able to recognize specific details like the theme song that was hummed from an obscure cartoon from the 1950s. Someone else did that research and put all those pieces together, and it sure as shit wasn't Justin. For most...
Yeah, he probably found that from a Reddit, or like I said, a forum. Like, guys, did you know that... did you know I wasn't there for the initial lawsuit for Maddox and Dick Masterson, and that I learned the information from another source? It's really crazy, I know, that I was able to learn about it from another source and not be there directly.
Most of the video, Justin rattles off details about the event, giving the impression that his video is very well researched. And it is, just not by him. Since there have been dozens of articles and videos made about this over the years, it's hard to tell exactly which he used since he doesn't credit most of his sources. For example, there are sections in Justin's video that seem to lift exact quotes and in the exact same sequence as a WFLD broadcast by Jack Conity.
And this time there was audio.
By this time, the pirate had managed to insert audio.
Now you might be wondering, aren't these just basic facts? Wouldn't everyone report them the exact same way? No. In fact, here are 4 different broadcasts covering the same event, focusing on different observations, details, and phrasing, because none of them were plagiarized, unlike Justin's. Other than this newscast, most of Justin's video seems cobbled together using bits and pieces of different articles written by other people that he only credits one time, despite the fact that he uses huge chunks of it for his video. For example, this article by Chris Nittell seems to be his primary source.
It's a theme song from an old cartoon called Clutch Cargo.
Clutch Cargo.
And at one point, he even used the exact same footage from a commercial that was referenced in the article.
At the time of this hack, the real Max Headroom was the spokesperson for the new...
Whoa. What's this? He used a popular ad that featured the character that he was talking about? What sort of madness is this, Maddox? You've truly cracked the case on this. Good on you, buddy. Good on you.
Coke.
Catch the wave. Coke.
Hang on. You know what? I hate to be a plagiarist, but let's look up some Max Headroom commercials, Sally. Max Headroom commercials. Alright, let's see the plagiarism at work here. Let's click the first one.
Hi, Max Headroom here with... This is my guest. I heard you were big time in the old pop biz. Well, I'm gonna take that as a no comment. So, nitty-gritty time. What I'm talking about, and you're not, is that more people prefer the new refreshing taste of Coke over Pepsi. Sweating? It's true. More people are, as we Cocologists say, catching the wave. Catch it if you can. Catch the wave. Coke.
Oh my god, guys, I just used the same commercial that Justin Wang used, and I didn't credit it. Oh my god, guys. I'm a plagiarist, just like Justin Wang is. After all, guys, it's impossible for two people to use the same popular commercial in a video or an article talking about the same situation. Am I right, guys?
I found 4 different Coke commercials that Justin could have used to make his point, but he lazily didn't do his research and just used Chris's work without giving it.
Okay, first off, Chris didn't make the commercial. Chris featured probably one of the most popular Coke ads. And so Justin also showed one of the most popular Coke ads. Because it's a popular Coke ad. Everyone's talking about the Coke ad. It's probably one of the most recognizable Coke ads. I've said Coke so many times, I wish I had a giant pile of it right now. Bro, what? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He could have used 4 other commercials, but he didn't use it because Justin Wang is a hack.
Him credit. Finally, after 4 minutes and 10 seconds of Justin pilfering research from this article, he finally cites his source, but that doesn't happen until after he's already used much of it earlier in the video without credit, and even then, he only cites it for a small portion, giving the impression that everything that came before it was his original research when it wasn't.
According to Vice Motherboard, the Eric Fournier theory is as follows.
So you might be wondering, why does any of this matter? Well, it's because plagiarism is theft, and for a guy who supposedly hates content theft so much, he sure does seem to do a lot of it. But maybe the reason Justin doesn't cite his source is because if he did, his video would sound like this.
According to Vice Motherboard, the anchor, Dan Rohn, had this to say. According to Vice Motherboard, the real Max Headroom was the spokesperson. According to Vice Motherboard, the song he's singing here is the theme song.
The guy who wrote this article did all the hard work of tracking down interviews, trawling through archive footage, and he even filed a Freedom of Information request through the FBI. Justin then came along and skimmed off the top of his work for a shitty YouTube video where he even got some major facts wrong. At one point in his video, Justin flat out lies.
30 plus years later, he still hasn't been caught. But there are a few suspects.
No, there are not.
The real smoking gun in this case.
There is no smoking gun in this case because there is no case.
Maddox, how do I explain this to you, buddy? You see, he says smoking gun and suspects because while the official police investigation is done, people on this thing called the internet have tried to figure out who it is because it's a legendary broadcast hack and people want to know who it is. It's called a mystery. People want to solve mysteries. And so, yes, guess what? There are suspects in the case. Maddox hurts my brain. He hurts it a lot.
There are no leads, there are no suspects, none, period. The person who did this is still at large, end of story. For over...
Yeah, that's why he says suspects. Like there are people that like the internet at large suspects of doing it, but obviously, like even if the person was found out, right? I don't think the police could probably do anything. The statute of limitations for a broadcast hack isn't probably that long.
10 minutes in his video, Justin casually implicates innocent people of crimes with penalties of up to $100,000 and a year in prison. This includes one guy who not only had the inability to pull this off, but he wasn't even able to defend himself because he's dead.
Eric himself isn't able to deny this theory as he passed away in 2010. According to Vice Motherboard,
For the last 7 minutes of the video, Justin reads a Reddit article where someone mistakenly thought the culprit was someone he met at a party, but it turns out he was wrong. Justin inexplicably decided to include this in his video anyway, despite the fact that the very Reddit post he's reading from has an update stating very clearly that these people are officially eliminated as suspects.
Yeah, because it's part of the story. It's part of the speculation that people had surrounding the incident. Like, I don't know what else to I don't know what else to say there. Because they were suspected of it, Justin's going to talk about it.
But instead of omitting this bogus lead, Justin decided to keep it in and incredulously glossed over the fact that they've been cleared, almost like it's an afterthought at the end of his video.
If the information they gained is true and J and K can't possibly be the suspects...
Of course, saying that there are suspects makes the video sound more exciting, like there's an active case with leads, clues, and evidence, and that the culprit could be caught any day now. But unfortunately, none of that is true. This video is misleading and irresponsible. This entire 10-minute section of Justin's video could have been boiled down to this. So, turned out they weren't the guys. Don't forget to smash that like button, hit subscribe for new videos every... Since Justin didn't credit most of his sources, I tracked down as many as I could and listed them here. As for the news footage used in Justin's video, he doesn't explicitly credit the website. The watermark was added by the Museum of Classic Chicago Television, and it's the source for most of his news footage, but Justin doesn't even link to them from the video description.
Okay. Okay, so... What?
Fuzzy Memories is run by volunteers who tirelessly archive lost footage from old VHS tapes, and they deserve some credit for their hard work, including the footage I used in this video. Since Justin didn't link to them, I will. You can support them here. Perhaps another reason Justin didn't credit all his sources is because if he did, we'd see that most of his video isn't his content. If you isolate just the parts where Justin talks without using other people's content, it's only 2 minutes and 53 seconds of his 13-minute video of his own original content. And that's being generous because I included the time he spent plugging his channel at the end. So nearly 11 minutes of his 13-minute video are other people's content. These truly are tales from the internet. Since most of Justin's video consists of other people's content, I've decided to make a template video that anyone can use to make your very own Tales from the Internet videos. And yes, this is real.
By the way, guess what? Anyone can do Maddox's video. Anyone can do Maddox's video. Anyone could do a podcast that he did. Guess what? Dick Masterson and Vito did it.
Just replace the parts where Justin is talking, which isn't much, and you can use the rest of his video almost verbatim because it's not his content. If he's going to use other people's content, you can too. Except I've provided sources for you to use so it's not plagiarized. Link is in the description. Send me your videos.
I love how, like, as soon as you, like, magically have the link, then it's not plagiarism. It would have been plagiarism if he didn't have the link, but as soon as he does, it's not, because it's that thin line of golden standard. No, like, everything in Justin's video is well beyond fair use. And guess what? If you're talking about a particular media subject, of course you're gonna have stuff in there. And, like, if you look at any of Justin's Reddit videos, he cites the Reddits directly. Like, what? What? This is so dumb. The brain rot I'm getting from Maddox right now.
And I'll shout out the best ones. And in case you're wondering, this wasn't just a shitty video I cherry-picked from his library. This kind of hacky bullshit.
Oh no, he definitely cherry-picked this.
Shit is all over his channel. For example, in another Tales from the Internet, he tries to find out who made the Italian version of an anime theme song. And of course, it's chock full of more plagiarism. For example, watch Justin's eyeline carefully around the 7-minute and 54-second mark.
Raggi Fotonichi is an Italian band that specializes in covers of cartoon theme songs.
Did you catch it? Here it is again in case you missed it.
Cartoon theme songs. Cartoon theme songs.
Oh my god. Are you telling me? Guys, okay. He just broke the internet here. Maddox has revealed to the world that Justin WHANG scripts his videos. I'm gonna need time to process this. Can you believe it, guys? Justin Whang scripts his videos? Like, what? What sort of madness is this?
Nice edit. Hey, let's play a quick game. I want you to guess what Justin is looking down at this point in the video. Is it A, his own original script that he wrote after doing tireless research and becoming deeply familiar with the subject matter so that he was able to paraphrase and share his own original thoughts and findings with you? Or B, some shit he plagiarized from a post he found on Reddit? If you guessed A, you are absolutely incorrect, you fucking idiot. Of course it's B. You should have guessed that based on the content in the rest of this video. Justin plagiarized from this post on Reddit almost verbatim.
Raggi Fotonici is an Italian band that specializes in covers of cartoon theme shit. In 2007, they released an album called Gente di Cartunia. The fourth track on this album was a cover of La Mousse theme song.
The account for the person in the original thread was deleted, so I looked up an archive to find out it was written by a Reddit user named Risa Paisarum. This person did all the hard work of not just summarizing the information from a thread in a different forum, but then translating it from Italian, not Justin. It took me just a few minutes of research to find this, and I couldn't care less about this dorklord anime bullshit. I literally did more research on this.
I don't care about this stuff, guys. That's why I made a 55-minute video on a guy who covered my lawsuit drama. Which, by the way, I'm wondering when he gets to that, because we're nearly like halfway through the video, and he hasn't mentioned it once. Let me see here. Actually, I'm wondering. One sec.
It in their Facebook group, tweeted directly at them multiple times, and then as if that wasn't scum.
Oh my god. Wait, okay, here we are.
This was because when he was taken away, they had believed he had died.
So by now you're probably wondering, why am I going after this guy so hard? After all.
Oh my, okay, he's finally mentioning it, guys. Oh my god, okay, here we go.
While I don't normally go after other YouTubers like this, my targets are usually children and animals. So why am I going after Justin? Well, it's because Justin went after me.
No, he didn't, by the way. Justin covered what you were doing. You were going after Dick Masterson because you were petty because he got with your ex-girlfriend that you still deeply desired and possibly still do to this day.
Buckle up, because this video is about to take a very strange turn. There is another side to Justin that most people don't know about. Not that most
There's another side to him. Ooh, okay.
people even know about any side to Justin, but it's one where he tries to cancel and deplatform people he doesn't like. And he's even gone so far as to get them removed from speaking engagements. And I know this about him because he's done it to me. Justin is part of an online group who harasses, stalks, and coordinates attacks against people using Facebook, Reddit, Discord, and IRC.
Ooh, I wonder what the name of this group is.
And I'm one of their primary targets. This group.
Okay. I don't believe. So, Maddox has created a theory that Justin Whang is part of an elite group of trolls that purposefully target him specifically. Okay. Let's see where he goes with this.
The group is run by an obsessed stalker who's been waging a smear campaign against me and others for years. And since Justin can't resist jumping on every pissant drama bandwagon that comes along, he joined this mob like many others before it. Except this time, Justin didn't just stand by as an idle observer, which would be bad enough. He became an active participant.
How dare he watch your downfall? How dare he watch your downfall, Maddox?
In this harassment campaign and personally went after my livelihood. Here's one of the posts that Justin made in this group where he was actively looking for my sources of income, and then he found one of my speaking engagements, or in his words, one of the workshops that keep the lights on at Casa de Maddox. He then pointed the harassment mob to this panel, posted a link to it in their Facebook group.
But wait, that looks like a publicly available YouTube link. It sounds more like Justin was like, lol, look at this panel that Maddox is on. What?
tweeted directly at them multiple times, and then as if that wasn't scummy enough, he even posted—
Wait, well, it looks like... Hang on. Let me see if I can... It looks like what he did was, he looks like he tweeted out, like... It looks like he just tweeted out funny clips from you. Probably, like... He probably just tweeted out stuff he disagreed with you on. And you're viewing that as, like, harassment? What? Was this a private link that he got? Or was this, like, a publicly available link that was available to the public, and therefore anyone could view it? What?
harassment mob to this panel, posted a link to it in their Facebook group, tweeted directly at them multiple times, and then as if that wasn't scummy enough, he even posted the names of the panelists and organizers of the event, making it easier for the group to harass them.
Again, this looks like publicly available information, though. What? Hot take here. This looks like unless like Justin went out of his way. But again, you said he doesn't do his own research. This sounds like more so that he did like some light Googling, found the event and was like, hey, you're the organizers. I don't know. Am I an awful person for being like meh about this? I guess I am, but I don't know.
And
This
after
doesn't
he
look like a
pointed
big
this
deal.
mob to this event, they of course spammed the organizers with threats, smears, and harassment, and I was removed from the panel. Good job, dipshit. Maybe if Justin put as much work into his videos as he did trying to cancel people, they wouldn't be so shitty. And if you're wondering what kind of smears this group has been spreading about me, here's a small sample of the slander. Someone from this group created a fake Twitter account with a fake rape allegation against me. They even used pictures of an innocent girl they found on Instagram who wasn't even aware her pictures were being used like this. Then they created a false rape allegation using this fake profile and even claimed this fictional person sent me pictures of her pregnancy test after her rape and that she had to get an abortion. Remember that clip I played earlier where Justin said it's always the most sanctimonious?
But wait. How do you... How do you connect this with Justin, though? He hasn't shown yet that Justin's retweeted it, unless he's going to show that later. He's not showing. He hasn't shown yet that Justin was in support of this.
People who are guilty of the thing they claim to be so against. That clip was from a video where he talks about an activist group that outed people in the hardcore music scene. Justin criticized that group because at one point they went from just going after people who were abusive to actively seeking victims as a punitive measure against bands they didn't like by saying they needed more victims.
As much as people have called all the other Me Too stories witch hunts and shit like that, this is some next level shit when you put out a post saying need more victims.
Well, this mob did the exact same thing using this fake account. They even went a step further from just looking for victims that don't exist to creating one with a fake rape allegation, which is a crime, and then they even tweeted it to...
Again, okay. If this is true, that someone created a fake story about you, then that's awful. But where is Justin responsible for this? You haven't shown the connection at all. You just showed that Justin shared a link in like a Facebook group. But like but I need to see evidence of Justin outing this. What?
People I'm associated with using the MeToo hashtag. This is among the most repugnant shit I've ever seen on the internet. Besides the slander itself, which is damaging in its own right, this kind of fake horse shit hurts actual rape victims, casting doubt into legitimate claims of rape and sexual assault. This is the kind of shit I've been dealing with from this group for years now, and when it's called out, they always lie, shift blame, and deny it was their group. But it's always the same group of people. How do I know? Because I've blocked most of them on Twitter, including Justin. And since most of them follow each other, and they're the only group of people I consider...
This sounds like such a conspiracy video. What? This random person made a false allegation against me, and therefore What? Oh, here I got saw this retweet from Matt Pitt. This is a Dick Masterson tweet. The comments on Maddox Me Too video about Justin Wayne read like he was assaulted. LOL. This is your future if you keep acting like this, Eric July. Oh my god. What? Oh my god. Oh, this is so pathetic.
Consistently block, I can tell at a glance when it's their group because all I have to do is look at who they're following, and it's the same people from the group that Justin's a part of, taking part in the same smear campaign like always.
Or, I hate to break this to you, Maddox, but you're kind of a sensitive person, and you block a lot of people who, you know, make fun of you. So, like, if you block a lot of people online, and then you go to accounts that also hate you, you might see that they're following the same individuals. I don't know, it sounds crazy. Am I right? It sounds really, really crazy.
This is the story of how gullible dipshits like Justin can get caught up in online mobs fueled by hatred, lies, and gossip. Except this time, Justin got way too involved and crossed a line that he shouldn't have. So how did Justin get involved in all of this? Well, unfortunately, Justin has a rare medical condition called ITM-HOFB, or inability to mind his own fucking business. Since Justin has this disease and is apparently unable to mind his own fucking business, when he came across the smear campaign, he couldn't resist joining the mob and personally going after me, even though I hadn't done anything to him. He not only got involved in this smear campaign, but at one point he ingratiated himself with one of the two main ringleaders of this harassment campaign and former moderators of this group, a guy by the name of Asterios Kokonos. In fact, at one point just
Oh, wait. Are you oh my god. Oh, this is fantastic. Is he going to say that Mysterious Coconut and Justin Wang planned this all out? Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Justin even became friends with his former moderator, a person who I eventually ended up having to take to court.
Which you lost, by the way. You lost that court case. You forget to mention that, Maddox. You epically lost that.
So by now you're probably wondering, why did I have to take this person to court? I took him to court for fraud. This is a...
Which, by the way, guess what? You lost, Maddox. This... Oh, actually, you know, Maddox lost. There's a whole song. You want to play it, guys? Let's play it. Oh, I forgot I had this tab muted. I'm sorry. I'm sorry there, Maddox, but they wrote a whole song about how you lost.
A screenshot of an advertisement he purchased claiming to represent me and my company. He fraudulently published these false and misleading claims and targeted them directly at me and my fans. He boasted about his harassment campaign on a website called Kiwi Farms, which is a forum dedicated to stalking, doxing, and harassment. Asterios, a guy who calls himself the good boy of comedy, regularly posted on the forums where they doxed my home address and had some choice words to say about me. Why would the good boy of comedy be posting on a hate site like this? That's weird. He paid for this targeted harassment campaign after I blocked him on social media, and he did it specifically to hurt my book sales. And if you have any doubt, he said it himself. What I'm about to tell you is the story of what should have...
But I guess Justin Wang was in 100% support of all that. Like, you're essentially doing guilt by association here with very weak evidence. Like, oh my god, did you know they took a couple pictures together?
Could have been a private disagreement that spiraled way out of control and led to some random guy I met years ago in a comedy club in LA becoming obsessed with me, which resulted in a lawsuit where I sued him, his partners, and his company to get him to leave me the fuck alone.
Wait, this random dude. Wasn't Mysterious Coconut part of your... Hang on. Maddox... Mysterious Coconut... What? They were all doing, like, he was a guest on The Biggest Problem. What?
So you might be wondering, who is this guy and how did we get involved? Well, he's a copywriter and an amateur comedian who considers himself a male feminist. He virtue signals...
That's you. You consider yourself a male feminist. Listen, no one does a Godzilla podcast with a girl. Very boring podcast, by the way, my ad. Unless you're trying to get laid. Oh, Dick Masterson, by the way, he's having a field day with this. He's finally, oh my god. You can tell Dick's enjoying himself here. I imagine Dick and Wang are enjoying this very much.
About defending women's rights, working with female comedians, and how it's never okay to reduce people to their basest elements.
By the way, yeah, a Coconut's he went through his woke arc, yeah, but you went through your own one too. Like, Maddox.
Wow, what a hero. That is, of course, when he's not busy.
I misspelled that way too much. Coconut. Okay. OKK. Coco. And Maddox. Now let's see. Dick Masterson on a Coke. Okay, you know what? Let's watch this real quick. Let's watch this.
So how's your show going, Dick? Like,
yeah,
I know. Are you and Sean still the drivers?
Yeah, it's just me and Sean left. I've managed to alienate everybody else who wants to work with me. It's going great. It's the only thing keeping me sane through this. We had a live show planned for a 200th anniversary / Maddox's funeral live show where I was going to
that guy.
I'll never stop.
The longest time where he's like, do you know that I could run ads on my site and make hundreds of thousands of dollars, and I choose not to? And even at the age of like 13, 14, I'm like, you're a fucking retard, dude. Like, you're not proving anything to anyone because you don't let fucking Plavix advocate.
We did the podcast, we split. He did some shady business stuff. Like, he took the website, he took the RSS feed, which everyone was subscribed to, and did his new stupid show on there. There was a lot of piddly shit that he did that I would just kind of make fun of. But the thing that pissed everybody off, and the thing that turned him into like a eternal pariah on the internet, was he made this video calling me a rape apologist. Like, he's made a video
Wow, that sounds really woke of you, Maddox, that you would do something like that. That sounds really, really woke. Whoa. Are you a male feminist, Maddox?
Something I said. Yeah, he took a video, or he took an audio of me saying something out of context and implied.
Huh. Maddox has a history of taking people out of context to make them look really, really bad? Color me surprised that he would do something like that. Oh my goodness.
Heavily that in some way I condone rape, which I don't think anyone, not even rapists, condone rape. Like, they know they're doing something wrong when they're doing it. I certainly don't condone rape or anything. Well, let's just leave it at that. And then he released it to the internet where he got absolutely shit on. So that didn't work out for him. So he went into his private Facebook and released it there, which is like all extreme left comedy people who are all already, it was 2016.
Extreme left.
So they're all already pissed off at Trump. And they're looking to do somebody in for like any kind of this weird social justice infractions. That led to me getting kicked out of UCB and no.
Whoa. Maddox, you shared a link in a Facebook group and you got someone kicked out of somewhere? Huh. That sounds strangely familiar. That's super weird. Oh my goodness. Dick Masters. Oh my god. Oh, this.
All of my friends that I worked with in comedy just don't want to have anything to do with me anymore. But after that, he's still like Maddox had his girlfriend call my girlfriend's school and try to get her fired. We had to get a restraining order against her. He did the lawsuit. He pretended to be a woman reporter and tried to get another guy fired who was making fun of him.
I saw that. Very gay.
Why woman?
Yeah. The other guy making fun of him was Coconos at this point, I believe.
Very. Well, because
he tried to get Coconos fired from his job. So he posed as a woman to get him fired.
Maddox. And the crazy thing is he put this in his lawsuit. Like he confessed to all this stuff in his lawsuit, like it was going to win him favor with a judge by pretending to be a female reporter. He pretended to be a female reporter and then emailed all of the female executives at Asterios Kokonos' company, asking if they wanted to comment on a article he was writing for Condé Nast about sexism and trolling on the internet. That his name was Heather S. and he worked at Condé Nast. He misspelled it because Maddox is a fucking moron. And if they wanted to comment on it and if they condoned that kind of behavior. I don't know why he would confess to doing that in a million years, but
yeah. So Maddox has acted very malicious towards Coconos, towards Dick, towards anyone who's even slighted him in like the lightest of terms.
Because he's an idiot.
That's insane. Show, and yeah, he's loud, but he's a very funny guy.
I really enjoyed him, but the fans were split.
Yeah, he's great, but I think he likes his politics more than his comedy. Like he likes to lecture people on what is and what isn't funny, and I think you kind of have to be a lot funnier than Asterios before you start doing that.
Okay, yeah. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Okay. Just debunks what Maddox was saying right there.
Is he banning cunts on Facebook? And if the trend with outspoken male feminists is any indication, that should be a huge red flag. I wonder if Justin has ever said anything about male feminists. And of course he has, because Justin never misses an opportunity to be a hypocrite. He has a huge problem with male...
You're a male feminist there, buddy. I hate to break it to you.
Feminists, unless, of course, they're his friends. But back to Asterios for a minute. So you might be wondering, how did I cross paths with this guy? Well, the very short version is, I met him late one night after a comedy show in Los Angeles. He seemed like a friendly guy at first and wanted to promote some of his comedy, so I invited him on my podcast. But we had a falling out when I found out he talks behind people's backs. And that seems to be a pattern with him, because he's had a fall...
Really there. Again, this has reference. This clip about Dick talking about Maddox reference.
Falling out with 3 different co-hosts on 3 different podcasts. And there's even a 4th one he got fired from that's not even public knowledge, but maybe I'm the problem. So I called him out for being two-faced when I...
You are the problem, by the way, Maddox. You definitely are.
Caught him talking behind his friend's back. Here's a small sample of the things he'd say about one of his supposed close friends behind his back in private, but then he'd go off the next day and pretend like they were good friends in public. When I catch someone being two-faced, I cut ties with them because they'll eventually do it to you. So I called him out on it, and that should have been the end of it. Except it wasn't. There's more to this conversation that I'll get to in a minute, but what happened next was insane. Asterio started harassing me, my friends, my sponsors, and even my guests on my podcast, all while playing the victim. He's extremely good at making himself out to be a victim and accusing others of doing exactly what he's accusing them of. For example, here's a DM conversation he had with...
And again, okay, and so he's like, and that's why Justin Wang is a bad person, because he took a couple pictures with Kokonos. Okay, let's bring this back to Justin.
Earlier, money. He not only spammed his Patreon link in conjunction with the smear campaign, his friends and followers even went to my personal website and spammed links to his Patreon constantly on his behalf. But there was only one problem. If I wasn't responding or doing anything to him, how could he justify his continued attacks? Well, he came up with the perfect explanation. He accused me of conducting a shadow war and engaging in a whisper campaign where I allegedly went around Los Angeles whispering things about him and his friends, which is bizarre because I promise you, there is
I mean, if you went through the effort of posing as a journalist to try and get him fired, then it stands to reason that you more than likely were saying bad stuff around him, like bad stuff about him around the LA area. And okay, hopefully he ties it back to Wang here.
Is a fucking idiot.
I'm a fucking idiot.
Really, he's stupid.
Like, really, I'm stupid.
Some of you may realize this already, but some of you may just be learning this fact.
I'm sure some of you guys realize this already, but I'm just fucking learning this fact.
As you saw earlier in this video, Justin Wang loves to go down rabbit holes of pissant drama he finds on the internet, except this time he went way too far. I almost feel bad for Justin because he obviously got manipulated by bad actors with malicious and financial motives who took advantage of some very gullible people. But Justin wasn't the only person duped. At one point, Asterios asked one of his stalker buddies, a former fan of mine named Isaiah Lozano, to share my private conversations with him. Asterios then took these doctored up conversations and used them to buy those fraudulent ads he placed on Reddit. At one point, I had to look into getting a restraining order against this former fan of mine because even after I blocked him 6 times on various social media networks, he kept contacting me.
Okay, what does this have to do with Wang? I'm genuinely curious. What does this have to do with Wang?
And of course, he's also a male feminist. And if his name sounds familiar, that's because you might have noticed it earlier because, surprise, surprise, it's one of the accounts followed by the girlfriend while virtue signaling about Gamergate and women's rights. And he's also been accused of being a serial abuser. So this male feminist, Brock Wilbur, covered Asterios' story for a website called Paste Magazine, where he conveniently forgot to mention little details like the fact that
all that is why Justin Wang is a bad person, guys. Remember that. I'm sure Shockmount Mitch is probably going to be covering this. He's probably going to be covering this while I'm asleep, because those darn Australian hours. But to sum up the rest of my opinion on this, Maddox, you are coping and seething. You're finally talking about the lawsuit. Conveniently, so far, without mentioning Dick, because he knows if he mentions Dick, it's over for him. This is Nerdy John.